Dear student, due to coronavirus, school started online classes for your study. So you can subscribe Golden Flower Palia YouTube channel, like and press the bell icon.
Hello students, we are going to discuss atomic structure of class 11th chemistry today, and the last we have studied about the discovery of electron. Today we are going to discuss about discovery of proton and discovery of neutron. Okay, and the third is atomic models. Okay, very important topic I am going to discuss here today. First, we should take discovery of proton. What is discovery of proton? I'll just tell you about the discovery of proton, because rest we have studied in discovery of electron is everything. Discharge tube we have studied in discovery of electron and how the experiment was done. So discovery of proton was done by E. Goldstein. He has taken the same discharge tube that it was taken in the discovery of electron, and in this discharge tube he modified something. Okay, some modification was done. What modification was done? He took the cathode plate, perforated means there were some holes in the cathode plate. Okay, and he evacuated the discharge tube and applied the high voltage. So when he applied the high voltage and took the perforated cathode, then he saw some rays are emitting from the anode side and passing the perforated cathode and producing the glow behind the cathode. Okay, when he applied electric field, these rays which were producing from the anode side coming toward the cathode side, they deflected toward the negative plate of the electric field. Okay, electric field was applied by the positive and negative plate, and they were deflecting toward the negative plate, which means was that these rays were consist of positively charged particle. That is why they were deflecting toward the negative plate. Now some property were there. What properties were there? He took the different kind of gases and saw the different kind of glow was producing behind the cathode. Okay, so that means the canal rays, the anode rays which were producing from the anode side moving toward the cathode side, these rays were depending upon the nature of gas. Okay, so every time when he changed the gas, he saw that charge upon mass ratio is different. Okay, then he studied some properties. So what were the properties? We will talk about that. I'm not going through the written notes about this. Okay, so what was that? They were also moving in the straight line. Okay, charge upon mass ratio was depending upon the nature of gas. They were also deflecting in applied electric field and magnetic field, and they were also having the mechanical energy. Okay, they were also having the heating properties. So when they are incidenting on any material, they are producing heat. So these were the properties of anode rays. Okay, these are called anode rays because they were producing from the anode side and moving toward the cathode side. Okay, they also called canal rays. So I told you he took the different gases and studied the canal rays. Okay, see, he took hydrogen gas and saw the lightest positive ions are being produced, and that lightest positive ion was called proton. Okay, this was the discovery of proton. So come to the discovery of neutron. So what was the discovery of neutron? For the discovery of neutron, Mr. James Chadwick, what he did, he bombarded alpha particle from the beryllium sheet. Okay, beryllium sheet he took, and from this beryllium sheet he bombarded to that beryllium sheet alpha particles. So when he passed the alpha particle, when he bombarded the alpha particle over the beryllium sheet, he saw that atom of carbon is taking place. The formation of atom of carbon is taking place along with a particle which is not having any charge. and that neutral particle which were not having any charge over it, by applying the electric field and magnetic field, this particular particle was not deflecting to any side. That was means that it is not having any charge over it. Okay, so it was a neutral particle. So this neutral particle called neutron. So this was the discovery of neutron. I'll just write the reaction for that. When the beryllium sheet 4b9 is bombarded with helium, so 6c12 is formed along with the formation one neutral particle, and that neutral particle is called neutron. So this discovery was done by James Chadwick. Okay, so we have discovered all three fundamental particle. Electron we have talked about. Okay, proton how was discovered, neutron how was discovered. So it was the total of three fundamental particle that was discovered. Okay, so now come to the next topic, atomic model. Okay, what is atomic model and how this atomic model was formed by different scientists. The first in this row comes Thomson plum pudding model. Plum pudding model. Okay, he has given the first atomic model to us, and his model is also called watermelon model. Okay, and we called raisin pudding model also. Thomson plum pudding model, raisin pudding model, or watermelon model. What he has told to us, what he discovered about the atom. Okay, what was his assumption about the atom? He told that atom is a spherical body. Okay, and the positive charge and the mass of the atom is uniformly distributed in it, and the negative charge, that is electrons, are embedded in it as the seeds are embedded in the watermelon. You could have seen that how the watermelon is formed. Over the red part, if you compare that watermelon with the model of atom, so according to his model is just like a watermelon. Okay, the red part is total mass of the atom, and it is a positive charge, and it is uniformly distributed all over the atom. And electrons are just like the seeds of watermelon, and they are embedded in it. Okay, two very important fact he revealed from this model. The first, the mass is uniformly distributed. Okay, and the second was the total positive charge equal to total negative charge. That means atom is electrically a neutral particle. Okay, so this was very important fact. Till now we are considering that atom is a neutral particle. So this was given first by Thomson plum pudding model. So according to his, the uniform mass is uniformly distributed, charge is uniformly, positive charge is uniformly distributed over the atom, and the negative charge is embedded in it like the seeds are embedded in the watermelon. So keep remember this thing, and two facts you have to remember. The first is the mass is distributed all over, and second is atom is electrically neutral particle. Okay, some limitations were there that he couldn't explain, and then afterward very revolutionary experiment came of Rutherford, that is called Rutherford alpha scattering experiment. In class 12th physics you will study in the name of Giger-Marsden experiment. Okay, and that is also called Rutherford alpha scattering experiment. So how Rutherford explained about the alpha scattering experiment and what was that? Okay, so what Rutherford did? Rutherford took a gold foil of 10 to the power minus 7 millimeter thickness, and he bombarded alpha particle with the help of some kind of radioactive material like polonium. Okay, he bombarded the alpha particle. He took the gold sheet in between and surrounded it. He installed a screen, okay, in circular form. And in circular form, he installed a screen like this, and here he put gold foil, and this gold foil was bombarded with the different alpha particles. A number of alpha particle on it, not different, a number of alpha particle were bombarded on this gold foil. And he saw three observations, three very important observations. He saw that most of the alpha particles were crossing this gold foil and incidenting on the front screen. Very less number of alpha particles were deflecting at the small angles. Very less number of alpha particles. Okay, and very few were turning back, okay, to their original path from where they came. Okay, so these three observations he took from this experiment. What he has done, he took a gold foil of 10 to the power minus 7 meter thickness. He bombarded alpha particle on that gold foil, and then he took some observation, and out of which the first observation was most alpha particles passed from gold foil. Okay, second, very few alpha particles deflected at small angles. Okay, and third observation was very few. Okay, somewhere it is written 1 out of 20,000, somewhere it is written 1 out of 12,000. Okay, this like, so very few alpha particles turning back to their original path. Okay, these were the three observation that he took from this alpha scattering experiment, and on the basis of these three observation he concluded, his conclusion was, the first conclusion, most of the alpha particle are passing from the gold foil. So from this observation, what he has concluded there, he concluded that most of the space inside the atom is free, empty. So from the first observation, what he has got, the most of the space inside the atom is empty. Okay, because most of the alpha particle were passing through the gold foil. Second, first observation I am writing here, conclusion, sorry, it is conclusion, most of space inside the atom is empty. Second is, very few alpha particle are deflecting at a small angle. What does mean it? Why alpha particles are deflecting? So what he has concluded from this observation, he concluded from this observation that something there it is positive inside the atom, which is at very small space. Okay, which is concentrated at very small space. That is why very few alpha particle are scattering at small angle, deflecting at small angles. Okay, so something positive inside the atom concentrated in very small space, And third observation was very few alpha particles turning back to their original path. So what he has concluded from this third observation? From the third observation he concluded that whatever the positive inside it, that is very rigid and dense. Okay, the positive center very rigid and dense. Okay, so these were three observations from the alpha scattering experiment and three conclusions he has drawn from these observations. On the basis of this experiment, he gave us an atomic model. That atomic model is called planetary model of the Rutherford. That is also called nuclear model. Okay, why we are calling it planetary model? Because as in the solar system, sun is present in between and planets are moving around this sun. Similarly, there it is a nucleus inside the atom and electrons are moving around that nucleus. So what he has told to us, what he has given the fact about the atomic model. So what was the atomic model of Rutherford? Let's talk about this. Rutherford's atomic model. So according to his atomic model, what was there? According to him, whole mass of atom is concentrated at its center. Okay, at its center, and whole of positive charge is also concentrated in this center. Okay, and this center is called nucleus. Okay, whole mass is concentrated in the center, whole positive charge is concentrated in the center, so this center is called nucleus. Okay, after that he told electrons are revolving around this nucleus in certain path, in the path is called orbit. Okay, so electrons revolving around this center in paths is called orbit, are called orbits. Okay, so electrons are revolving around the nucleus and the positive charge is present at the center of atom. Okay, one more important observation could be seen from the Rutherford atomic model. This was the first assumption, second assumption, and third, what he has told about, there it is electrostatic force between electron and the nucleus. Okay, so electrons and nucleus are and electrons and nucleus are attracted by an electrostatic force. That means a Coulombian force, electrostatic force is also called the Coulombian force, it works, it acts at very small distance also. Okay, very small distance also, that 10 to the power minus 15 around. Okay, minus 15 meter. It can hold good. Okay. And one more very important observation, another observation he has taken. He was able to told us what is the radius of atom and what is the radius of nucleus. Okay, that quantitative relationship we got from the Rutherford atomic model. And what he has told, he told that radius of nucleus is equal to 10 to the power minus 15 meter to 10 to the power minus 14 meter. It was the range of nucleus radius, and radius of atom is 10 to the power minus 10 meter to 10 to the power minus 8 meter. Okay, here I am giving you one work. You have to find out what were the limitations of Rutherford atomic model and what was the explanation of Rutherford about these limitations. Okay, so for the next topic, for the next video, you have to wait for. Okay, we will discuss the rest of the part of the atomic structure in the next video. Thank you.
Do self study at home and stay home, save lives.